We are live, everybody, and welcome in and welcome back to MLB The Show and the Arizona Diamondbacks franchise. We're getting ready to continue on, but we're going to do things a little bit differently here. We got a different plan, a different idea for how we're going to do baseball. And I think part of the fun of baseball is you got the big pennant race, right? You're going the playoffs, the battle for the playoffs, the battle for who's going to make it, and then the playoff run. The regular season for baseball, not just baseball, but for other seasons, basketball, hockey, it can be a grind. It's a long time. And for streaming purposes, not quite, I don't know, maybe it's thrilling. So what we had been doing is we would just go in and play one game every 8 to 9 games or whatnot. What we're going to do is going forward, we are going to take it month by month by simulating up until we get to the end of the season and get into that pennant race. So I want to know your guys' thoughts, opinions on that, if that's an idea you like, don't like. We are already 80 games into the season, as you can see, and we've played a good amount of games. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go month by month, and we're going to continue to check the standings. And assuming that we're in the playoff hunt, we're going to go all the way, and we're going to play these last 6 games of the regular season to close out the MLB Season 3 of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, obviously, in real life, the Diamondbacks beat us to the rebuild. They went in. They've already went to the World Series. They didn't win it, but we're going to see what happens here. So the last time we left off, you can see we're in this battle with the Giants and the Rockies, so it'd be kind of perfect to end the game right there, or to end the season battling those teams. So let's go through it and let's see. We're going to get through, let's simulate through the All-Star break and see where we are. And I debated, because I'm a big All-Star guy. I like the Pro Bowl. I like all that stuff. I think this season we'll skip the All-Star break, but holy crap, I hit the wrong thing. I can't even go back. How do I go back? No, I don't want to be the Braves. Okay. What I think I'm going to do in future seasons is we'll do opening day, we'll do the All-Star game, and then we'll do our month-to-month simulation. So let's get down to it. Let's see as we simulate through and see where we are. And I want to get up to the trade deadline too and maybe kind of investigate. Maybe this will be a separate episode for YouTube, and then we'll do the entire last 6 games of the season. So, no, I don't want to stop simulating, and we're not going to, I'm not going to turn off critical. Yeah, let's turn off. I would say, do you guys want to see the critical situations, and we just, sim past and see if we were to win them? Padres a defeat. I guess that might be a good thing to kind of at least maybe jump in and get game by game. So, yeah, we lost that battle there. No, don't want to stop simulating. So we're losing a bunch of games here in simulation. This one, we're hanging on to a 2-1 lead. And let's see, and we have lost that one as well. So that is not boding well for us. Another tight one. We're down by 1 run. David Peralta is up. I don't know what the end result is of that one. Let's see, Trevor Bauer sustained an injury, a concussion. He'll be out for 1 to 2 weeks. Let's put him. Now, one thing that if you guys remember with MLB The Show, and actually I'm kind of okay as well in simulation if the computer wants to mess it up or jam it up. If we use these injured lists, sometimes they mess up our rosters a little bit, but you know what? We kind of were doing that in 2K5. If the front office wants to mess with our rosters, they mess with our rosters. I still don't know who won that game. I don't know who won the game. It says we won. I know that we lost. Okay. Auto. Yeah, we lost that game. We don't have a valid fixing auto fix rotation. And we got Luke Weaver going up. Boy, everybody's going down. So he's got an elbow sprain. He'll be out for just a few days. Let's keep him active. And Walker, what's happening to our pitching staff? Holy smokes, keep him active. It's not auto-utilized. That's for our single A club. Luke Weaver, auto-utilize him. Walker, auto-utilize him. Hey, even with all those guys being out, we were winning games. We'll simulate here with Javi Baez, and we got our butts kicked again. So we might get to the end of the season here. I accidentally click stop simulating. We might get to the end of the season and find ourselves. Oh my God, I might just turn off critical situations. Yeah, let's turn them off because we're just. I don't want to worry about. Is there a way to turn off minor leagues? I don't care about minor league stuff. Yankees acquire Michael Fulmer. Okay. All right, hold on. Let's home run derby. Let's see who was even. Can we even get to look at who would have been in the home run derby? Because we're at the halfway point of the season. We have fallen. We're 2 games back. Let's go into the settings. I think I will make this a separate episode on YouTube. Data. Game controls, sliders, settings, presentation. Oh, probably franchise specific, mode specific. Critical situations off. Manual, roster moves, scouting, waivers, management. Feel like that shouldn't be on auto, but I want to turn off minor league stuff. Is there a way to do that? This is interesting. Experienced beginner. I don't even remember what the difference between those were. Does anyone remember? Presentation. Gameplay. Forget, what do we have it set on? Veteran. Rookie, dynamic, veteran, all-star, Hall of Fame, legend, beginner, dynamic. So beginner, I guess. Dynamic is the one where it kind of tweaks it for you based on your success. Yeah, we're only set it on dynamic. Strike zone, blah, 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 blah. Pitching, all-star, which was like right in the middle. Let's put it on dynamic. Why not? Buttons, okay. That's all well and good, but I guess we can't turn off minor league stuff. If we put it on like beginner, does it turn off minor league stuff? Apparently I switched. I don't know how I keep, apply changes. There we go. Okay, I don't want to care about minor league anything. Transactions, free agents. Pitching rotation. Glass now, Young. So this is, I guess, what happens when you do auto-utilize. It's just going to mess up your lineup. Because I definitely think we had a lot more. Kenta Maeda was a starter. But they have bumped him out. But he's 3-7, so I guess that's a good choice here. I'm actually okay with that if he's going 3-7. What happened to... This is AAA. Yeah, these guys were both up, or do they get recalled? That happens if you don't play for a while. Let's look at injuries here. I think it's a good time to look at injuries. Contracts, transactions, completed. Skip. Trevor Bauer. Okay, that's what I was looking at. He got the concussion. He's on the DL there. That's right. How do I forget? That was literally 10 minutes ago. Okay, so we are at the All-Star break, and we are still in a good, solid position. We're only 2 games back, so I think we can simulate through another month here and see where we end up. And we will get to the end. We'll get to the beginning of August, so let's do it. Let's sim through. Yes, auto-utilize. Oh, yeah, I was going to look at the home run derby, but I didn't. So, no, skip past it. Good job for the AL. Trevor Bauer, auto-utilize him. AAA All-Star game. Don't want to do it. Great. Victories. Victories. That's what we're talking about. Bauer comes back. We start winning games left and right. 91 players in our organization. Auto-release them. Let's do it. Strained finger. Cool. We have Pete Alonso going to our division rival here. Going to the Mets. But we're starting to win a lot now in simulation. Yes, this is a good time to stop. Trade deadline. Let's see where we're sitting. We're 2.5 games back. The Rockies have really fallen, and the Dodgers, who had been our competition as of late, has fallen by the wayside. So that's good. I don't know if we make any trades. Let's take one final look at everything. Bauer's back in the lineup. Glasnow, Weaver, Walker, Leak, Maeda. Okay, that looks more okay. As far as roster goes, I mean, anything that really jumps out, ERAs, Mike Leake's a little up there. Relief pitchers. Not anything that's terrible, We got some, that's AAA. So that's not great, but that's AAA. And then closing pitcher, Brad Hand. How many saves does he have? Does not say. Okay, he does not say. We got Rutschman. He's batting 203, so that's not the best in the world. He's no CM Punk, right? So that could possibly that could possibly stand to be a little better if we wanted to switch that up. Do we go out and try to just make this big trade for any kind of catcher? Is it worth it? What do you guys think? We have Jake Lamb. He's still doing his thing. He's looking good. Solid batting average. Oh, who we got in the chat? Dan the man, Dan the legend. Thanks for joining us, Dan. Glad to have you aboard here. So he's going to stay where he is. Hernandez, brand new to the team, still looking good. Moustakas, pretty good. Not seeing any 300 batting averages. Javi's going cold. Schwarber's going cold. Peralta. I think this is the crew. I'm not seeing any kind of, no one in the 300s, but I think we roll with this roster. I don't know. Let's just take one peek. Let's take one possible peek at any kind of free agents coming up. Maybe somebody wants to make a deal. Nobody as far as catchers that's looking good. I mean, we've pretty much been using, I think, unless the game auto changed it back, we've pretty much been using Kyle Schwarber. Now that's with DH. So okay, so yeah, a non-DH day, Schwarber still in as the catcher, which is what I want because it's his natural position. Is there like a trade block or anything like that of anyone trying to get rid of anybody? Trying to even remember where all this stuff is. Free agents, it's just free agents trades. View trade block, there it is. And is there any big names? I mean, you got JD Martinez. Whew, that's a lot of money. Is that kind of, what other positions can he play? Player card. Right field, left field. And as far as our team goes, Schwarber, Peralta, Blackman, we really don't have a huge need. Like, maybe stick him at center field, but what do you guys think? Is that worth? Let's look at what Kevin Kiermaier's been doing this season. I don't even know if they'd go for such a trade. Kevin Kiermaier's hitting .238. JD Martinez hitting .195. They really have him on the trade block, huh? Relief pitching, third base, right field. Man, I mean, that would be... Here's a catcher. I mean, that would boost our... What do they want? Right fielder as well? I don't even know if they'd go for it. They really want right field. Right field, third base. Relief pitching, whatnot. I mean, Blackman's kind of the same... It'd pretty much be an even trade, but you'd be getting a 95. I'm curious if they would do it straight up. We should be getting more. You want Kiermaier too? So they would do Kiermaier and Blackman, which would put Ketel Marte at center. I mean, Blackman, I think we do that deal, right? Just to try to make that final push. Because we can put JD Martinez in right. And then we have Ketel Marte in center. Plus we have this guy that's an A potential that can come up. Let's do it. If they're for it, let's make that push. Wow, okay. We'll see. Wow, Charlie Blackman's kind of been a staple of this team for our 3 seasons. That was one of our first big deals that we went and made to get him, and I honestly didn't think as I'd be sitting here getting ready to stream that we'd be making that trade right now. But right before the trade deadline, you see JD Martinez, and so okay, well, there it is. So now for lineups. So we got 2 empty spots here. And I say, yeah, we put JD Martinez at 3 and Ketel Marte. So we'll lead off with Hernandez, Peralta, Martinez. I'm going to swap Jake Lamb, and I'm going to put Moustakas here too. So Peralta, Martinez, Lamb, Moustakas, Schwarber, Baez, Marte, and Rushman. And then there's our no DH, leading off with Schwarber, Martinez. Yeah, let's mess with these lineups a little bit here. And we want to get Ketel Marte. I like David Bodie, but he doesn't play center field. He's a left or right. So let's get Marte in there. All right, Schwarber. What do we got over here? Hernandez. Let's keep it. Hernandez, Peralta, Martinez. Yeah, we can swap those two there. And then Ketel Marte at the end. I think I've mentioned this probably in every single stream that I've ever done with MLB The Show. I wish there was a... Oh, Ketel Marte is DHing. Nope. We'll make David Bodie the DH. I wish there was a way to just make all the lineups like the same instead of you having to do this 4 different times. I realize there's left-handed pitching, right-handed pitching, all those different scenarios, but if I could be super picky, it's like, just let me do all the lineups exactly the same, and then I can go in and make that change on my own. For if I want to switch the roster up, let me go in and switch the roster up by myself, you know what I mean? So like just auto, like, hey, I want to make this change for all of it, and then you can go in there and change it at will. The Schwarber's DH. Schwarber's always in the lineup everywhere. Just want to make sure. Cool. Okay. This is the last one. Then we'll get back to Simmon. Yeah, this is definitely going to be separate episodes here. I always go into this being like, oh yeah, it'll be 5 minutes that we'll go through and simulate everything. And then it ends up being much, much, much longer than that. So this will definitely be a separate episode. So we lead off with Hernandez. Then we go to Peralta. Then we go to Martinez. Then Jake Lamb. Then Big Mike, Baez, Schwarber, Bauer, Ketel Marte. Cool. Lock it in. Let's do a little save. And we're going to see. This is a big move that we're making. And it's either going to pay off or it is going to be a complete disaster. We're going to get to the playoffs, or for the third year in a row, we will not. And then we will get the old... We got Dan. Dan says, good move, JD Martinez. I know he's up there. You know, he's in his 30s. But so was Blackman. We're going to see if the team chemistry got messed up. So we'll go through another month. What do we say? We're 2.5 back. So we're still within getting to this last 6 games and being in the pennant race. That's the idea. I want to be within 6 games of the playoffs, and be able to play it out and kind of have that battle. Almost like what how when we stream football, every game, like you play 17 games and it's the path to the playoffs. Like you're battling every game for the playoffs. Normally that's what I would do. I'd probably go, how many games are normally in the last month of baseball? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I would probably come to like here or something in future games and then just play the end of the season and then the playoffs, like having that big exciting pennant race. Doing the month by month simulating is basically, if it starts to get out of control where we're really falling apart, then I'll jump in and play a couple of games and try to ride the season. And then if not, then we just skip to the end of the season, regroup, and go from there. So we're going to get another month through us. So let's see what happens here as we are collecting wins. Couple losses in there, but now we are picking up the wins. Don't care about you. Big wins. Holy smokes. Chris Owings broken foot 1 to 2 months. So 60 days. You're out of there, pal. Maybe, do I need to like Taiwan Walker? He'll be out for a few days. Keep him active. He's fine. Let me go real quick. If I go into like minors, all this stuff, maybe this is why. This is all on manual or auto. That would probably be where I won't get all those updates. But I don't know what happens either. Are they going to, call players up or do any of that? I did want to look because I wanted to call up. Yeah. We have our 25 allotment for MLB, huh? Or no, we can have 28 active. We only have 24. So that's why I wanted to bring up the one fella to be the center fielder here. Well, now he's gone cold on me. His potential's gone down. Well, that's no good. Or was it over? No. Oh, they brought up Scotty Bloom. Well, why would they here send you down? Yeah, I don't care. I want to call up Garrett Cooper. '67 overall. Come on, why was he not in the league? I don't care if that other guy gets taken. Bloom doesn't bother me any. Oh, he's left field. We're stacked at left field, but they're all spread around, so we're in a good spot here. Maybe they probably called up their own players. Henry Valdez. Because we still have like 4 more players we can bring up. But I'm sure that's fine. Let's look at where we are. We are, let's see some standings. We are now in first place. We have a 12-game lead. Holy smokes. Look at that turnaround. A 12-game lead. Should we look at the stats real quick? Stats. Player stats. So, JD Martinez. Why the heck? I'm wondering now. Does he have a contract up or something? I mean, even if this is a rental, I did not mean to go through that. He's men user. I just wanted to, like... Yeah, okay. Well, why is it not... Sort. That's what I'm not hitting. Martinez, Lamb. So he's still cruising. 304 average. I wonder why... Boston wanted to get rid of him. Why he was on the trade block. Because look at this. He's crushing it. His contract is up. Well, there you go. So they don't want to have to renegotiate, I suppose. But that's okay. If it's a rental, for 1 year rental, we will do it. And it might burn us because then we got to figure out those positions we have traded away. But we will make do. I think these guys are all coming up on contracts as well. So we got to figure them out. Maybe they just didn't want to pay his big contract no matter what. But we're going because we're in the playoff thick of it. So let's go. We are down. This is it. We're down to the final month. So let's simulate up to this series here. We got a solid enough lead. So auto fix it. Auto utilize them. I changed this all to auto. So why am I still getting these messages? I guess you can't escape it. Aces finished the season 73 wins, but they didn't make the postseason. Come on. No. I don't want any of these minor league. If someone knows how to turn off the minor league messages, let me know. Okay, we are down to the final 6 games. Well, I think we just skipped to the playoffs. It doesn't. We're not even in the pennant race anymore. I'm gonna call an audible. Let's see. Unless there's a chance to get like a number 1 seed here. Let's look at standings. We are so far ahead, which is not what I expected. Man, maybe that would be the reality if we do this method. We're 16. We just go straight into the postseason. We just do like the postseason. Just skip the regular season. Let's see. We are so far ahead. Give me standings. Am I just like missing? Am I completely missing standings? There they are. So the entire National League. Yeah, we've already clinched, so we don't even need to. You can't look at the entire National League. Okay, Mets have 84 wins. Cardinals at 87. We're at 92. Holy, what a year we've had. So I guess technically we're still fighting with the Cardinals for the number 1 seed, which would be home field advantage. So maybe we do play these couple of games just to, you know, wild card is at 86. Okay, I think maybe... Tell you what, let's skip the Giants series and see how far we are as far as like that number 1 seed. If we're within 3 games, we'll play the 3 games against the Rockies. If not, we're going to go straight to the postseason. So let's see. Lose. Oh! Accidentally, I just did sim through date here. So we got 2 games left. So we're at 95 wins, which is pretty big business here. And let's see. So we're at 95, 88, and 88. They're not catching us. We're the number 1 seed. In fact, we have the number 2 record in the AL is the place to be. Holy smokes, you got 93 win teams that are in the wild card. Whew. Okay, we're just gonna go to the playoffs because we've cruised. You know what? I give myself credit because we're the ones that made those trades, made those big deals. So let's head to the postseason. We've won our division, and we are going to be the number 1 seed. So do we get a playoff tree? There we are. We are the number 1 seed. So that's where we're going to do our next episode. We are going to do the postseason. We're going right to the playoffs here. Cincinnati, St. Louis, Mets, Cubs, Boston, the LA Angels. Bet they would wish to be there in real life. The Tampa Bay Rays and the Houston Astros. Don't forget, come on back, TV Sports 27. We're going to do the playoffs. For the first time, we did it. On year 3, we have made the postseason. MLB The Show. Follow along on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, Twitter, support on Patreon, Streamlabs, and all that fun stuff. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're keeping this thing going if you're watching with us on Twitch or if you're watching with us on Patreon. Stay tuned. We got more coming your way. The playoffs starting next.